Welcome, Taylor, to Dear Creator. I'm so excited for you to be here.
So excited to be here. Thank you so much, Morgan, for holding this space for us creators in the world because we know it's just us.
Yeah, I love all the work you've done. We've met in person, which I feel like is kind of taboo when it comes to networking these days, just digital marketing space and those networks on social media or through group programs and memberships and
Truly.
things like that. So I feel like our relationship is really special because we met at
Mhm.
the community picnic in Chicago a couple years
Yes. Oh
ago,
my
and we've stayed
gosh.
in touch. We've hung out. It's been really amazing to just get to know you.
Yes. Second ditto, all of those things. I adore your presence and everything that you've fed into my life and then some because you're stuck with me forever.
Oh, yeah, Capricorn sisters.
Yes, girl.
Well, even like talking about how we met in real life, though we're in this digital space, how do you typically network or meet new clients?
So I've been blessed for most of my clients being word of mouth. So someone said to somebody that she's cool, Yoshi's about, like the same vibes that you like, can definitely match the energy. Pertaining to kind of putting myself out there on the networking aspect, it really is just like, hey, I found this out. Would you be interested in joining me as well? And I was like, sure. I'm diving more into it by, like, I would say like around this time, and then going into the end of the year. I mean, being the end of the year, a little bit more like busy with like holiday cards and stuff like that. But I'm knowing now more with just the momentum that I do have that it is vital. I mean, your work can speak volumes, but it's
Mhm.
also this like this candid camaraderie is truly just what kind of like sends it off with somebody.
Yeah, for sure. And I didn't even tell everybody what you do yet.
Oops.
So
I know we just
Taylor,
like
let's just get into it. Taylor is a photographer. Do you want to tell them like what specifically you photograph?
yeah, so my specialty is family, newborns. I call them special moments, anything that hand or hold an extra bit of tangible energy, something that can be like an engagement party, baby showers, baptisms. Maybe your family got a new board game and you want to make like a whole photo shoot out of it. I'm there because Friday night game night's a thing. But biggest thing is just holding space for people. So I tie in to my yogic modalities. So I'm a yoga instructor as well. I have been teaching for I'm 28 now. I've been teaching for the last 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
wow,
don't
I
even
can't
think
believe
I
it.
knew that.
Oh wow, okay. Wow. I just heard that out loud for a minute. Yeah, that's been about 10 years and it's definitely been like finiting and moving as to like kind of what works best.
Mhm.
Um I have noticed that being in front of a camera for some people can be extremely scary. This industrial fine lens that like you can't see my eyes seeing through it, seeing you.
Mhm.
And I just took note of that. And so I created this business pertaining to, yes, photography, capturing these special timeless moments, but also being able to just be here, hold space for yourself, be in this moment and enjoy it truly to the fullest.
Have you always been into photography or did you just randomly pick up the skill and start?
I have always been into it. I had my first camera, I think it was like 13 years old, if I'm not mistaken, and it would be like my sister's Sony, or some
That's
other
so
little digital,
relatable.
yes, right? Like the small little ones that like lens kind of
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I always was the one that was like, get together, let me take a photo of you, or I'd put like my stuffed animals and dolls, like mock having them tea party, and then I would take a picture of them.
Oh.
So it definitely was always a part of my life. I just never truly allowed it the light that it has for the last like 4.5 years now.
And like, why did you choose to photograph family and these big milestones in their life? Was there like a personal connection to that?
Oh, there is. We're not gonna cry about it right now. My I have two siblings, my half sister, which I mean just my sister, and my brother was with us once. He was a premature baby bean, so I never met him. He was older than me. But babies in general just hold such a special place in my heart, and I love being a part of the growing process, the growing of the mind, their talents, their beings, whatever they are in that sense. But I know that just from hearing my mother's story and then other people that have been on similar journeys on starting a family, whether it be natural, IVF, surrogacy, whatever it is a journey, and it can come with a lot of different feelings and big feelings, if we want to call them that. And I knew that my purpose was on this world to hold space for people, to be that person to help you feel seen, help you feel heard, obviously inevitably loved, because I'm just earth literally baby all around. But I know that I was drawn to babies because of my brother Blake for sure.
Aw, I love
Yeah.
it. When you say like holding space, what does that typically mean? I know you gave some descriptors or examples, but what type of space do you feel like you need to hold when you're doing photography for family?
So the space that I start holding starts even way before us getting in front of that camera and us doing this photo shoot. I hold space for myself first before I can show up fully for you, or the family said to be. And that just entails me doing a full-on breathwork session with myself, very grounding breath, nothing super energizing. So it's more like slower numbers and maybe like an inhale of 4 and exhale of 8, something that kind of really roots you down to the earth. Doing a meditation as well for myself, if not for them as well, if they are open to it. Inevitably, I'm going to have crystals with me. My crystals are actually sitting right next to me right here.
Obsessed.
That's just the space
Taylor got me into
energized.
crystals. I think I have some over
Oh my
there.
gosh.
I need to
Yes. We're gonna
charge
like
them though.
HSN it. These are, yes, my rocks and gems, as my dad would say, are my big, wonderful bits that just kind of add a little bit more energy to it. Those are all cleansed before every single session, with the sun, with the Palo Santo, whether it was sage, whatever it is. But a lot of different elements that just are a holistic side that I do to ground myself. And then I'll bring all those same elements into the photo shoot. So the photo shoot will just like have the crystals on the windowsill there if it's in your house, just to add that energy of what I put onto them for you. And inevitably, I am constantly sending good energy the whole time. So sometimes I'll ask for a picture of the family before, whether it's like a cute little selfie. So when I am meditating on them, I'm looking at this photo or whoever my subject is, and I'm really just embedding all of this good energy. So I don't necessarily have to be with you to give you all of this.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. I feel like that's a really unique process. It's very intentional. It's very you as
Yes.
well. It's
Yes.
like you will not get that like experience with anybody else.
Yes.
And why would you have this sort of ritual or experience part of the photography experience? And like, typically somebody hires a photographer and they just really want nice photos of themselves or they want to
Mhm.
capture some memories. Maybe they have a wedding coming up or baptism, like you said before. So, why would they go through this process of grounding themselves, maybe a meditation and things like that?
So I think, I mean, within the last, I would say 5, 7-ish years, it's mental health and the mental journey of everything has been a little bit more heightened of the awareness to it. And there's just been more an observation to be more open of everything. Now, that's not necessarily as to why I did this. This was something truly that just I noticed. I when I started yoga, like it truly saved my own life because the mind, body, spirit connection was lack thereof. So
Mm,
I was like, okay, well, I'm seeing this connection happening with myself, somatic movements, breath work, tapping, whatever it be, dancing. How can I kind of bring this into a different modality? People do. Like, yes, I deliver bomb ass photos, but
mhm.
I'm also going to help you stay grounded and in the universe, like here, because I am just that little bit of that 90-minute session. And then also that little time that we talk before and after. But I want to give something that can be a lifelong gift because I mean, it's beautiful, but you're always going to look at those photos should you choose to print them, put them on any digital whatnot. But to know that that was associated with also a grounding moment, a higher awareness moment, a moment that you can observe more or just be more present. I mean, that's just chef's kiss to me. Like
Yeah.
I'm sold. Good.
Sold. Yeah, I
Literally.
I love what you said about just giving them it's like you're giving them a tool to use for the rest of their life if they want to. Like
Truly.
having photos, it's great to have those memories documented that you could look back on or to celebrate, but you
Yeah.
also got something that maybe you're not used to or you haven't really thought about. So many
Mhm.
people are in like the hustle, day-to-day mundane things to just survive. So to
Yes.
have these tools and for you to show them that it's kind of like your own movement almost. It's
Oh,
like your
yes,
it's like
Morgan.
it's like the bigger impact than just here's a nice photo of yourself or your
Mm-hmm.
family. It's like here's amazing photos of you that you can look back on plus some, like plus so much
Yes,
more.
you get it.
Yeah,
Oh, I
no, that's
love that. Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
So for anybody who doesn't know like what somatic work is, it's movement through the body to regulate your nervous system. Is that kind of like what it
Definitely.
is?
Yeah. So that soma is your biggest word right there, which literally is body. So any sort of somatic healing is going to be, I mean, it can be tied to anything somatic movement, somatic breathing. I mean, it's just kind of a little pre word into it.
Mm-hmm.
I resonate with the soma part because I was an athlete once. And so that like 3D calisthenic vibe like really resonated with me. Yes, I can sit and om and do hand mudras and chill, but I understand, like you said, the world is hustle and bustle. Like we're constantly looking at screens, constantly influenced by them, and then also societal as well too. So understanding how to shift that a little bit too to meet everyone where they feel best,
Mm-hmm.
I think is definitely huge on that somatic aspect.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like a lot of people are interested in somatic work. They just don't really know how to start.
Yeah.
What's like, what do you think is an easy way to get into it? And, you know, when you work on yourself, it's not always going to be easy, but sometimes the
Mm,
smallest little things that you do on a daily basis, even if it's for 2 to 5 minutes a day, I feel like can become a bigger result or
totally.
transformation.
Totally, totally, totally. And I think that exactly what you said right there was it's not going to be easy. And I think that's also the big hesitancy that I see with some people on starting a journey. I always say it's a journey, it's not a sprint. Like it is really something that is constantly evolving throughout your life because there is everything that's changing all the time. And so it's how you adapt to it. So when it comes to starting and creating something, I always sit with my clients and understand like what kind of suits best for you when you notice that we kind of get into a moment of when your mind's moving a mile a minute, dude, 1,000 tabs up
Me.
there, like what are you doing? What's the first thing you do? Right?
Mhm.
Some people are like, my hands are down on something and I just need to like deep breathe. I go boom, like that's it right there. So that could be your first bit, whether it's taking 3 deep breaths right when you wake up, feet are planted on the ground, maybe you're sitting on your bed, you're sitting on a chair, 3 intentional deep breaths that just diaphragmically get you moving. Those big breaths are naturally going to bring a lot more oxygen to the brain, bring a lot more oxygen to and movement to all the blood in us, which just helps us process better in
Mhm.
that sense. So it can be breathing. Sometimes people resonate with writing. So I have a wonderful daily gratitude journal from Mull Paper. It's called the I think it's just called the Daily Gratitude Journal.
Nice.
And it's a morning and a night thing. And it's like one whole page is the day. So half of it's morning, half of it's night. It's super, super simple and not invasive in the mind, but something that can just be like 3 things you're grateful for this morning, 2 things that you're wishing to be done today, and then kind of like what's your intention and or goal for the day. It does kind of fluctuate and change. They'll like change up the words, change up the questions a little bit. But
Mhm.
before all of that day starts for myself, that is something that I do as well. So it's something that if it's not movement or breathing, it can be writing, it can be movement. Like I said, maybe you're like, I wake up, I go work out, or I wake up, I go for a walk,
Mhm.
whatever it be. I'm naturally always earth sign.
Mhm.
Get out, like go look at the sun. I mean, yes, we are in the Midwest. We don't not blessed with it as much, but
Sometimes it's shit weather and
yes,
you don't
yes,
want to do it, but even if it's just for like 3 to 5 minutes, it
that's
truly
it.
makes a huge difference.
Totally, 100%. And it's like I have my bed is right next to the window. So right when I wake up, I am opening up that blind and it's just right in my
You're like,
face.
what is this SpongeBob thing where he's like photosynthesizing or whatever it's called?
Yes, the
That's literally you.
photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Yep, that's me.
That is what Capricorns need. Any earth
Literally,
sign,
dude.
honestly. Everybody,
Right?
actually.
Yes, everyone needs it, but yes, you will see me clawing the ground when I can.
With your toes in the soil.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
That's hilarious. hilarious. No, that's so important. I feel like the last, actually probably around the time we connected, gotten to know each other a little bit more, I would say you've influenced a lot of like the woo woo shit, and I'm so grateful for it.
Love.
It's just I'm like, ooh, what's this? What's that? What are crystals? How do they help? You know,
Yes.
everything. So yeah, it's unique too because it's, you know, it's interesting because you're certified yoga instructor
Mm-hmm.
and you have this creative skill, photography, but you also
Mm-hmm.
have like this bigger purpose of like giving families and couples and people just a like ritual and like a somatic ritual or just something that they can truly move throughout life with that can help them regulate their nervous system. Like that's beautiful.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I know that like for myself, the words matter and it's always been like that. And I mean, an example, you're never going to get professional headshots with me. You're going to get a self-love session, babe. Like that's what it is.
Mhm.
Like we're hyping you up. And those
Yes.
are just understanding that that tone like changes the vibe. And I'm like, okay, well, that's how we're setting the whole vibe of everything that's going on.
Yeah, it just doesn't make it feel so like rigid. And I feel
Yes.
like I have my own opinion about quote professionalism. It's kind of like this made up thing to try to conform people, I think,
Mm,
into certain expectations.
yeah.
Though being yourself and loving yourself and yeah, sharing things that you love and like dressing how you like doesn't mean that you can't be professional, you know? So
Totally.
I just that was kind of a side little tangent that we could probably
Love.
go down a rabbit hole, but you
Yes.
know what I mean.
Yes.
I love a self-love session.
Yes.
Do you remember any time when you started doing photography for clients where you didn't have that ritual or process and you
Mhm.
didn't actually help them ground themselves or ground your like yourself before doing the photography session? Like was if you've had that experience, was there a difference in how you
Yes.
felt or how the work came out?
Totally, totally different. I've always, the minute I started this business, I had some sort of grounding ritual for myself. And then I was like, okay, well, that's only like half of it, dude. Like, you
Mhm.
gotta do something else. And again, like, you don't gotta, but I gotta because it's who
Mhm.
I am. So when I had first started, I remember this, yeah, it was just this one couple that I had that was extremely anxious and not super all about it at the beginning, but wanted this done for their wedding. They had engagement shoot. We had a whole great day, and it was absolutely wonderful. Little miscommunication on the other ends of like deliverables and whatnot, but the biggest thing that I noticed was just that, like the constant self doubt within themselves that I was just
Mhm.
seeing that I was big and eye opening to the point where I was like, okay, I know I can help this. Like I know I can at least bring a little bit of awareness should they be open to it in that sense. So I think that moment was when I kind of was like, okay, well, not just me. Like we can do
Mhm.
this for them as well too. And then after that happened, it's just been flying colors.
Hell yeah, I love to hear it. And it's kind of like that energy exchange that we've talked about
Totally.
previously, too. It's like you're showing up to provide a service, but part of that service is the other person on the other side of the camera interacting enough to have those photos taken. And
Mhm.
if they're not feeling a sense of not confidence, but just maybe like feeling comfortable with
Truly.
you or with themselves.
Yeah.
And it can create a lot of that tension or friction.
Oh
It's almost
yeah.
like, oh, like as I know because I've done photo shoots with people as well. It's like sometimes it's hard to articulate like in like I'm like doing this with my hands,
Yeah.
get them to pose a certain way or something. And sometimes
Mhm.
like the more candid, natural shots
Yes.
actually are like way better. So it's
Mhm.
like don't feel so tense. Like, you know, loosen up.
Truly loosen it up. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I've noticed that just like holding the space pertaining to what I do, but then also should the person or people, family be open to a meditation, I definitely offer it. Something to the point where we can do it. We're doing it together. I'm guiding you through it through sound of my voice, through the music that you hear, the frequencies. Like it is all, there's a lot of different things that get added into it that's not just so much like, okay, let's just breathe together. Like, there's different moments into it that can kind of be like, okay, that was cool. I resonate with what you just said. Like, just heard a Tibetan bowl. Is that always happening? Like stuff like this. So
Is it typically like the first time that they've ever done it?
yes, I've had some first timers for sure. And they get a little sleepy. And I go, whoa, we need to charge it up though. Like we're about to go do a photo shoot.
Yeah.
But the trickling awareness after me. So after I've left, and it's like a week or so, and I'm checking in, like, hey, how you doing? Just that, simply checking in. And they're like, wow, the clarity that I've had, I felt like I'm able to speak my mind more,
Oh my
and
gosh,
I feel
that's
safe in
good.
who I am. Right. I was like, okay, like, love that. And I was like, I just fed you the resources. Like, you're choosing to keep the light on and like you keep using it, which is, I mean, just so heartwarming.
Yeah. I love that. It's yeah, like we talked about, it's just there's an impact there. It kind of like
Yeah.
they go into the photo session as one version of them, and then they
Yeah.
leave as like this renewed version of
Oh,
themselves.
yeah. I love that.
So let me see, what else do I have here? So you talk a lot about your grounding and somatic rituals. Is there a specific flow to your day on a
Oh,
daily
yes.
basis?
Oh, my
Like,
God.
what does your week look like? Because you're Capricorn, you probably love structure
Yes.
in some way.
Yeah.
And you also do a couple different things, like you're a photographer, you're a yoga instructor. So, how do you kind of organize your entire week so you can get shit done, but also live your life?
Girl, yeah, right. So morning, we are always not immediately the alarm is on, but we turn it off and we turn it face down. I don't even look at that screen because it's all gonna be there when I'm done with what I'm doing. That blind goes up. I am just feeding those beta juiciness to my brain because they're in this. Oh my god, hey girl.
Leia
Oh,
just got
little
up.
bee.
Can you go lay down?
Hi, Leia.
Go on. The cats are on the bed too.
Oh my gosh.
They're like cuddling, and Leia's like, "Can I come up?" Go on.
Aw, that's
Sorry,
so
one
cute.
second. Typically, like my background is blurred and you can't
Uh-huh.
really see much, but
Yeah.
what is she doing? Go on. Go on. She's
Kitty
like
girl.
afraid. Her face. Go on, Leia. She's
Oh my
testing.
goodness, she's resting her head. That's so cute.
Oh, she's such a baby. Go
Kitty
on.
girl. Yay! Oh yes, by the pillows. That's the best.
Yeah, there's a cat here and a cat there.
Oh, that's so cute.
Anyone watching on YouTube, you'll see Leia's movements there.
Right. Oh my gosh, love.
Okay, so from the top.
Run it up. All right.
Yes.
So, yes, we turn the alarm off, phone is down, immediately blind is up, feeding my theta beta juicy waves and just saying all these great things like my blanket's so soft, I love the trees, I'm
Aw.
so grateful for this day, like just soaking it all in. Very thankful and grateful are the vibes. The minute I feel content, which is usually like a little smirk and smile, and I'm like, okay, we're ready. I usually get off the bed and I just root my feet down. And I just usually take about 5 to 10 deep breaths. And it's just that, just grounding, nothing super crazy ritual. And then I go right into the daily gratitude journal. So then I write down my little bits, and then it's about starting the day, getting ready in any sense of that way. Usually if I can, and I'm not working my little part-time gig because we gotta hustle to create this big dream. I do go to the gym early in the morning, like booty crack of dawn,
Oh,
because
wow.
I love just starting the day like that. So that's usually right after following that journal. And then it really is, I mean, we've talked about this on like structuring our own self of being entrepreneurs. It's definitely ebbs and flows
Yeah.
with seasons and different quarters for sure. I have noticed that my 3 calendars help me a lot.
3?
Yes, I like to write, and I like to have like my one that's right behind the computer here. It's currently the
Yeah.
Golden Girls. So that's
it.
my written one. And then I have the phone one. And then I have a planner one as well, too, that just stays here. All the same stuff that's going on all 3 of them, but just knowing that I have 3 is something that just is bueno. But yeah, I think it's just more so like listening to myself and listening to my body, because I know you have experienced burnout, and because we've talked about this many times, and understanding like that bits that creeps in. I think you just wrote a blog about this because I just read that in the email, just like a little bit of burnout and understanding what
Oh
that's all
yeah.
like
I
and
wrote
then
an email
signs and
about it.
everything.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was, I mean, super extremely relatable. So yeah, biggest thing I would think just listening to my body, like understanding it all. And then nighttime, we have a nighttime tea. Once the tea kettle starts, everyone knows, oh, Taylor's gonna start going to bed. We do, I always do yoga at night, something super chill. Again, nothing crazy invasive. Finish off that gratitude journal. And then if I'm reading a book, which I'm trying to be better about reading for leisure and not learning,
Oh yeah, I
that's such a
remember we
Capricorn
talked about
statement.
that in like a private conversation. But yeah.
Yes. I'll read the book and then that is what puts me to sleep. So that phone is usually ending well before I even do my yoga session. If I want music with my yoga, then I'll do that. But for the most part, it's
Mhm.
really just the space that I have. Um, yeah. And all little bits in between are just, come as they go.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the beginning of the day and the ending of the day rituals really do help kind of come back to reality and see, okay,
Yes.
like there is a life beyond the business.
Mhm.
And when you do start feeling those like inklings of burnout, there are
Yeah.
ways to come out of it and come back. But it's
Mhm.
almost, I feel like it is harder to get out of burnout than it is to prevent it,
Yes.
because sometimes people burn out so much to the point where like physically they cannot function.
Right.
And like just getting like just us talking about it, or there's so many other resources where you learn what those feelings are or what those
Mhm.
signs are that you're creeping into burnout,
I
can
will.
help avoid it so much. But like I said, like AM PM rituals, it really
Yeah.
does help. And the other stuff throughout the day, like you said, it fluctuates, it changes.
Yeah.
And I think as an entrepreneur, at least, being adaptable is really important, because like every
Yeah.
season does change, not
Yes.
just like, summer, winter, fall, spring, but
Yeah.
there are busier seasons, there are slower seasons, and our energy, I think, fluctuates with that. But also, we have other things in our life going on too that can
Mhm.
like prevent us from doing things or influence us to go towards things
Yeah.
such, you know what I'm talking about.
Totally, totally. Yeah, and managing all those is a whole job in itself. I mean, if you want to look at it in that sense, I mean, it is truly like you said, it's just life. And
Hmm.
I know that they always say that entrepreneurs are a little crazy because we chose this path, but like, girl, I'd have it no other way.
I forgot what my partner David says. Is it easy choices, hard life, hard choices, easy life, or something like that? There's like
Mm,
some sort of quote.
David,
He's like, he always gives me like a life lesson. I'm like, okay.
I love
I
that.
so appreciate it though. But it's true.
Yeah,
Like there's so much hard work that goes into building a business, growing a brand, connecting with people, and just, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to hustle into the ground, but it does take a lot of effort. Like it's not just like, oh, we sit and wait for things to come to us. Like
yes,
if you want something, go fucking get it, because
but
yeah, like yes, patience is key,
yeah,
because everything that you do from now onward is going to compound and
hmm,
support your entire vision. But it does take effort, like in persistence. And
yeah,
there are going to be days where you don't want to do something. And honestly, like if you physically, mentally cannot do it and it's actually more productive to get rest, I think that's better. And just because you take
absolutely.
1, 2 days off doesn't mean your entire business is gonna burn.
Truly. Yeah, and you're going to be so much better after listening to your body. And then you can manage and also figure out, okay, evaluate. What was that like? We're not going to hit that low point again. It might though, and that's okay. Like,
Hmm.
and how we're going to navigate it coming out with how like people always say the wisdom comes with age.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I think it comes more so from experience because I mean, sure, you can be old, but you can also be old and stupid. Like it was just not it, babe. And
Yeah.
there's also young, extremely successful entrepreneurs, but also just like really extremely successful people and
Hmm.
their mindset and they're like really energy rich, which is just I mean, that's they learn that by living through it in that
Mm-hmm.
sense. And that's where the wisdom comes from. I'm done with the TED Talk.
We should do a TED Talk on how to be wise.
Right?
Or are you wise or are you stupid?
God, yes.
You enter your age, like, how old are you?
I love that.
I feel like entrepreneurship just overall is an entire personal journey. Like, is
Yeah.
there anything that you can think of on the top of your head that you learned about yourself that you didn't know before?
I like that question. On this journey, I am I'm a hard ass.
Mm,
I definitely have to say when it comes to things I want or things I'm doing, you're never gonna get half-ass effort from me. And it really is something that I'm gonna put everything and then some in it. I was brought up on a very like, you got this girl, like if you're getting an A, let's get an A plus kind of vibe, which I'm very thankful for because it's obviously set me up to this. But I think understanding the hard ass energy that I have and kind of navigating it to be something that's very successful in this sense, because I mean, like you said, it is really a personal growth journey. And I think honestly, side note, Morgan did help me kind of like set up my little business with like this whole mindset mentor beautifulness that I still to this day check out because it made me look at my life at a bird's eye view.
mhm,
And you basically were like, cool, you have a great idea for this business, but like, let's step to this side. And like, what do you want out of life? And I was like, whoa,
mhm.
yeah,
Because the
like totally.
intentionality is so important.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's interesting too because a lot of the times I work with people who maybe have been in the game for a while and we just restructure some things, simplify them so they can scale their time, impact, and their revenue. Though
Yeah.
what was really cool was to help you start on a good like footing, good note,
Yes.
like you became so much more aware of like what the bigger picture actually is and what is possible and like you built the
Mhm.
foundation from that and
Yeah,
that
truly.
like that's how I believe everything or how businesses should start because sometimes people
Mhm.
start their business on accident and like
Mhm.
maybe in some ways like where you have done that as like freelancers and have done like creative work and stuff but then when you're
Mhm.
like I'm gonna open up a LLC, I'm gonna
Right.
actually like have a business, like these are my packages and my pricing and my everything like that,
Right.
that's a lot of hats to wear
Yeah.
as one person. And so like
Yes.
having just like that bigger picture of like how you want your life to be, how your life actually is right now with the
Mhm.
capacity that you have, and
Yeah.
then the architecture, the different areas of your business is
And then
organized and
totally.
structured to align with you. Like that's where
Yes.
like the beauty of business and brand building is because that's the fun part for me as a Capricorn. I'm
Girl,
just
I'm about
like,
to
boop,
say,
boop, boop.
go off. I see it. I love it.
I was like, you should just cut me off now. I'm not gonna stop talking. No, but yeah, I feel like that was like a really pivotal moment for you
Oh,
because
100%.
yeah, you were intentional about it. And if you're not intentional, then it's like what's the point of all of this?
Truly, shit's gonna hit the fan, girl. It's gonna like catch up with you, and it's no, 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 and that's very Capricorn. Like, okay, wait, like, can I get all my ducks in a row first before we hit start? And that was yes, forever grateful for that because that was amazing.
Oh, yay. Thank you for sharing that. Is
Yes,
there
of course.
anything in your business or in your life that you want to learn more about, or what are you still trying to figure out?
Oh my gosh, I love learning. So I will literally always do it and never stop. In my free time, I literally look up like academic journals because I just think that's cool.
Mm,
I'll think of a topic and I'll just randomly put it down. But I think just really heightening everything that I've done. So recently, within the last, I'd say about like year and some change, I've started working more so with children,
okay.
actually more so with elite dancers than our kiddos. So 5 year olds all the way ranging to 19-year-olds. And like I said at the beginning, as to me being drawn to the children and the growing of life and all of that, seeing them already like cognitively having opinions, making these movements, showing their talents to the fullest extent, like it's so cute. And it's
Mm-hmm.
also like just a big sponge, man. They're just like soaking all up the stuff in. And then I'm hearing when I'm going to these dance competitions, these like family members of these children are like, yeah, you're a common name in the house. We're like, what would Taylor do? And then we all grab scarves and we run around the house and we breathe together because that's
Oh
what
my
you do with
gosh.
them. I was like, this is so cute. So for
Yeah.
me, I'm getting a little bit more into the kiddos.
Hmm.
I think that's also just something that I'm trying to create something that I would have loved as a child having.
Hmm.
And it is this like competitive mindset vibe where for them, these dancers, they are constantly, looking at this mirror and having this pre-notion judgment of I've got to look this certain way because so and so looks that way right next to me, or the team looks this way, which is so valid because the mirror is a tool,
Hmm.
but it can also be detrimenting to some extent. So just kind of uncoupling some of those emotions, uncoupling some of those thoughts, understanding that they're in control of their own being and how they want to express themselves, especially as dancers. Like that is their art form, just as photography is mine. So
Hmm.
understanding that little bit of the yoga side with them and helping them somatically heal has been, I think, more so at the top of my list.
Hmm.
And then just really like, anything I find interest in more so of kind of widening and broadening the spectrum in that sense of how I can bring mindfulness to people and awareness to it.
Yeah. That's amazing. I was just thinking of dance moms and like it's
Oh,
like
God.
everyone listening to this, if you've seen dance moms, like you know they needed Taylor
Yeah.
on that team.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh. But yeah,
Love all my dance moms, love all my dance dads. Like we love you all. But no matter what, I think awareness and mindfulness would be great for everyone.
yeah, for sure. Definitely. Because sometimes it seems like, at least like as a kid, I was in sports like volleyball, softball, cheerleading, those types of activities and organizations. And sometimes it would seem like the parents were more competitive than the children, but
Totally.
then it almost made it seem like, just from my own observation, that like that competitiveness then started to trickle into how the kid viewed their worth or
Uh-huh.
their looks or their skills, things like that. And having the somatic work and just like knowing how to ground yourself and be true to yourself and understand like what you're feeling and how it's valid, and then how to like move past it or move through it is so
Uh-huh.
important, especially as like a young kid, because some people don't
Seriously.
learn that work until it's almost far gone. It's like, wow,
Right.
I wasted all of this time worrying about this and like
Uh-huh.
not like working through it and like trying to build
Truly.
themselves up and grow as a person.
Hmm. Yeah, and when we played sports or we were in extracurriculars, like there was no TikTok. Like,
Mm.
and the whole vibe of social media in itself and everything adds like a whole other level and factor. And I mean, even just having a phone. I didn't have a phone till I was, I think, like 13, 14, but that's because I was in extracurriculars and I needed to let my mom know when I was going to come home.
Right.
And now it's like 7 years old, they've got phones. And I was like, what? Like, what are you?
My
What?
exact face.
Like, literally, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just understanding that aspect too, that is just a constant thing. I mean, it's also the day and age. Like, that's just
Hmm.
kind of what's up. But there's so many things that are just completely unfiltered on there that it's just so, the poor little, the sponge brain. It's like, just not yet, not yet, please.
I didn't even think about the social media aspect
Oh,
because, yeah, just
girl.
thinking of it from my own experience growing up, yeah, I didn't have a phone until like fifth grade, I think. My mom worked
Uh-huh.
for Motorola and we had like those walkie talkie phones. And so we'd
Oh,
always like walkie
yeah.
talkie, mom and dad. And then when they found out I was texting people, they got so mad because like the bill started going up and they're like, no texting. But also, it's like, why does a fifth grader need to text? So
Right. Right.
so funny.
Girl, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we've learned so much about the importance of just being more intentional with and regulating your nervous system. We heard a bit more about just like the process that you bring into your client experience. Is there anything new coming up for you that you want to share with the class,
Hmm.
or anything
Well,
that
I
you're
always get
working on?
super. Oh, that I get working on. Okay. Right now, just a little bit more on these dancers. I just want to be a little bit more implemented into kind of. Right now, we're in competition season. Very new
Okay.
dance auntie here,
Hmm.
so this is what we are.
I could
And
just
they're
see you
killing
at the
it.
signs being like,
Girl, I am
hyping them up.
screaming. Some of my friends have come with me too. They're like, wow. I'm like, I love my girls. Like, amazing. So yes, definitely just trying to be implemented with them more. And then summer's coming around. So I work at a summer camp. I'm one of the photographers there. And it's literally going back to the kiddos and how much just being around them. Like I never went to summer camp as a child. So getting to vicariously live through them and like through their eyes, I have so much fun, dude. I'm a big kid there.
Aw, I love
Yeah, so
that.
I'm very much looking forward to that as well.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, I'm so happy that you were able to come here on Dear Creator. Where can everybody find you on the internet?
Yes, I have a website, I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok. I love to yap on TikTok. Yeah, I can we're posting links below,
Yeah.
side, whatever it was. Yeah, definitely. That would be the biggest bit. I am on all platforms.
Amazing. Yeah, I'll link all of Taylor's details, socials, everything below. Thank you so much for being on Dear Creator.
Thank you, Morgan. I appreciate this. Love ya.
Love you too.